But every time. But what I like to do is because I'm I'm in a lot of movies and TV shows. I'm not a face that people absolutely know. I'm not obviously Tom Cruise or something. So, but people like always frequently do double takes because they think they know me. Happens all the time, but they don't know from where. So I like to play little tricks on people. Today I did a good one I was pretty proud of. I was coming down my elevator from my hotel, and somebody did one of these to me. This, and they look back. They seem going. They go. And so I couldn't resist. So I said, "Hey, did you get the thing?" They turn around, and I only do this if they're like business dudes. And this guy was a business dude, and he goes, "Yeah. Like thinking like I was on some business. He didn't really know I was. He thought I might have traveled with him on some other plane or something. Yeah. Did you get the thing? That's what I like to say. Jonathan Winters was fond of when I just read this. He just passed away, yeah. And I guess when he was in elevators and people recognized him, he would say, "Gosh, I hope I didn't tie her up too tight when I left her up there in the office." That's what he would say. And they would be so mortified they wouldn't know what to say back to him. I don't know why he would do that. I just found that so upsetting and funny all at the same time. Anyway, there you go.
That's great.
So when you're not directing and producing your movies, what things do you like to engage in? How do you take your mind off of work?
I don't really. I mean, I just do other things that tend to, enhance those things. But I do try to relax like anybody else does. I play with my dog. I have a pit bull named Madeline, and I play with her. We have, I'm an avid. I collect skulls, ones that are treated, of course, not raw ones. I grow a great deal in my backyard. I have a rather large garden, and normal kind of stuff, I guess. I see a lot of movies, and I go to a lot of museums, and I read a great deal. So I do all those things, and I play the cello.
Nice.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
So how is the transition from doing all the acting that you have done to moving to writing and directing?
I'm sorry, what was your question? How was the what?
The transition from acting to becoming a writer.
Well, it's harder than you might think. I was I was shocked at how difficult it was. Being on set all the time only enables you to really understand set life and acting life.
Yeah.
But when you have 1,000 things coming, being an actor is essentially a fairly easy job. But directing is artistic and managerial at the same time, so it's a little trickier. But it did prepare me to some degree, but not entirely everything.
So what was it like then, kind of in that the director of traffic role for that first time? You're sitting in the chair. Were you tempted to get out of the seat a lot and start interacting with them, or was it pretty simple just to go,
no,
you do that?
No, I found I had the same problems every director does, which is you do want to get out of the chair, but only to give line readings, which is a bad thing.
Yeah. So were you wearing the tight pants and the thigh-high boots or the
jodhpurs?
Yeah.
No,
none of that. Okay.
No, just when I go home.
Okay.
Change into those when I go home.
At least a beret. Were you wearing a beret?
No.
No? Oh.
But when I would go home, I'd put my beret on.
All at home.
There you go.
Gotta be comfortable.
You gotta be comfortable, yeah. And you guys have any more questions? Yes.
What was some of your earlier inspirations? Like when you first got into the industry, what was I want to be the next? Who did you want?
I've only ever wanted to be. As an actor, there's a bunch of guys. I thought for coolness, that William Holden was really cool. I thought he was super cool to me. I liked the randomness of some TV shows I'd seen, and that really inspired me. That acting didn't have to be so straightforward, as they later taught me in school. Shows, when I was a kid, like reruns like the Monkeys and stuff. I'd be like, right, those guys are just going, I mean, granted, it was the production staff at NBC telling them to do that, but it was an eye opener. So I always try to approach everything from left field first, and if that doesn't work, play ball nicely with your fellow actors. But some actors don't like my style of working. I don't want to name names. I was just worked on a TV show a couple years ago where I was improvising a bunch of lines, and I got just downright yelled at by one of the stars. They didn't like it, but I respect that. It's their show; they get to run it how they want. But that's just sort of how I roll, and But yeah, I always like to approach things from off of left field, and if it doesn't work, move center or right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then, one last question for me then
sure.
is, what would Ted now tell Ted 25 years ago?
Oh, it's a good question. Wow. How many volumes do I get to write that? Jesus. I would say that I would say if I had to sum it up, I'd say it will be difficult, but everything will turn out just as you had planned. Yeah, that's what I'd say. If I had to sum it up,
yeah.
I don't want to. You don't have enough digits on that card over there to fill up what I need to say to Ted Raimi 25 years ago. But yeah.
Yeah. Any suggestions you'd like to make to any young actors that are trying to break into the industry?
Run.
Run.
No, not run. I'm only kidding, of course. It's a better and worse time to be an actor now than it was when I was a kid. Now, when I was a kid, when you were on a TV show or did a movie, you had basically made it, unless you did something to screw up your career badly. So that was good. Much, much harder then, though, to get to that point. Now there are so many venues for young actors to perform, including these. There's webisodes. There are things that are between webisodes and TV shows, like what they have, for example, on Hulu and Netflix, stuff like that. They're not quite webisodes. They're not quite TV shows. There's traditional TV, and then there's a million cable stations with a million more opportunities for actors there. So there are 4, 5, 10 times the amount of opportunities. On the other hand, do enough of those things and your career gets diluted. Not diluted, like diluted, but in a dilution sort of way. So that, say you want to break into the big time, but they've seen you've done 12 podcasts and videocasts and some webisodes are like, yeah, no. So there really wasn't as much of a delineation when I was younger between like small time and but there really wasn't much of a middle ground. Now there is, So Hollywood wants the next most exciting thing. They always have, they always will, and webisodes are a good and bad thing. So I think it's better because there's more opportunities, but worse because those opportunities just aren't as useful or pay as well.
All right, and my final question is: what is the big project that's still kind of out there that you want to do?
Oh well, I get asked that quite a bit, and I would say I've done all the genres that there is to do. I believe I've done horror, sci-fi, romance, fantasy, adventure pictures, but never done a war movie. So I'm looking for a war movie now.
Okay.
But decided that since I'm a director now, I just direct one and have a bit part in it.
Okay.
Sure.
Nice. Well, this is Revan with.
That's a guy named Joe. Yeah.
And Lord Flagon.
With Dungeon Crawlers Radio, we're sitting here with Ted Raimi, and thank you.
No, I'm not Ted Raimi. I am King Master Lord Blaster.
Okay, there you go.
Because if he gets to be Lord Flagon of the Dragon,
yes.
That's me. I'm that. Sorry, what again?
Great Mighty Powerful Lord Flagon.
Flagoon, excuse me.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Just a bit.
All right, well, thank you for
giving
us your time. Have a great day.
Thank you.